radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Everything's fine. Everything's fine now. Fade to Black, bespoke radio for the masses. Yeah. Today's Thursday, September 16th, the second time, 2021, 260 days into the new year, only 115 days left. We are live from a bunker somewhere in the middle of nowhere. A total undisclosed location. Have you heard this before? Feeling weird? Yeah, but it is beautiful. It is. I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? Tonight is another Fader Night. With open lines all night long. The call-in number is 747-228-2051. See, I don't get upset anymore. I don't get upset. Man, I got a great night in front of me. I'm hanging out with all of you. We're going to have phone calls, conversation all night long. Right? I got that. After the show tonight, Jeep is packed, ready to go. All I have to do, literally, is... Oh, man, where's my cell phone? Oh, here it is. Grab my cell phone. Walk out the door. That's all I've got to do. That's all I've got to do tonight. Okay, I'm going to go on the record right now and just tell you that Windows Defender is crap. It is shite. That's what causes things to lock up here. It's Windows Defender. And that's it. That's it. So it's a good thing on the computers that are sending the streams out. Now, both of those updated last night. I didn't check them today. Windows Defender just turns itself back on. I don't surf on those computers. I don't do anything on those computers. There's nothing. Those, they do absolutely nothing but send streams out. That's it. What do I need Windows Defender for? And or anything like that. I don't surf. I don't do anything with it. So anyway, that's what it is. Windows Defender is crap. So there you go. Gates doesn't even have anything to do with that. I could blame it on Gates, but I can't. Anyway, it's just Windows Defender. It is total crap. So tonight after the show, I'm rolling down to the Conscious Life Expo down at the LAX Hilton. I will be hosting for the next 3 days. Now, very simple. If you haven't gotten your tickets or if you're thinking about and you hadn't made up your mind, get your tickets and come and hang out with us at the LAX Hilton. It's going to be great. We're going to have the Fade to Black booth there. And just come and hang out in person, man. An in-person conference. Come and hang out with us. Okay, and if you're around the country or if you want to see what's going on over in England, because we are also doing the Conscious Life Expo at the same time. Not the same time, same weekend. We finish here, and then London kicks off right after that. So you can stream both events, and you can do all of that. Just go to consciouslifeexpo.com and use that promo code Jimmy. Okay, I cannot wait. I'm so excited. So excited. I told you last night, man, right before the show, or maybe it was during the show, got a text. Carrie from Palm Springs, I'm coming in. Coming in. All right. So that's going on tonight. Let's get the show cracking. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Hashtag F2B is the sandbox. Right before the show tonight, and I mean 5 minutes before showtime, spilled a cup of coffee. Half a cup. This is half full. All over everything, all over the console, all over my keyboard. And, I wiped up what I could. I tapped out the keyboard. Now my caps lock is stuck on. And it was weird. It went to full screen. I couldn't, man, it was one of those things. And I thought, okay. And it got into the console. The console's okay. Where it's spilled, I'm not using these faders down here. We'll see when they start to get sticky. But anyway. Yeah, so that, and then the Windows Defender. I was like, oh, man. And I don't freak out. It's just that it gives me too much more to do. Let's get to the breaking news. Spanish authorities have activated the alert for volcanic risk on the Canary island of La Palma after registering more than 4,000 earthquakes in recent days. The team of experts monitoring the situation say the activity could end up causing a volcanic eruption in the coming days or weeks. However, there are no clear signs of an imminent eruption. Authorities raised the volcanic hazard alert to yellow this past Tuesday. An international team of researchers has reported the discovery of hand and footprints from Kasang in the Tibetan Plateau. The fossil impressions, which date between 169,000 and 226,000 years ago, and seem to have created intentionally, right? Like, this is artwork. It could represent the earliest known art of its kind. This form of ancient visual expression typically crops up on cave walls, but can also be made on the ground, as appears to be the case for the recent Tibet discovery. The fossil is a series of hand and foot impressions, and none of them overlap. That's right. The team's work describing the fossilized prints was recently published in the Science Bulletin. Let's get this show cracking. Happy birthday to today, Amy Poehler. Yeah, she's funny. Amy Poehler today is 50. Mark Anthony today is 53. Name two Mark Anthony songs. The first one doesn't count. Name two. Can't do it. But he is good. Jennifer Tilly today is 63. David Bellamy of the Bellamy Brothers today is 71. One of the greatest songs of all time, Let Your Love Flow. Skid Row's Dave Sabo today is 57. And Who drummer Kenny Jones today is 73. Our dead guy's birthday today is Charlie Bird. 1925 to 1999, died at the age of 74. Charlie was a jazz guitarist of the highest caliber. He was best known for his association with Brazilian music, especially bossa nova. In 1962, he collaborated with Stan Getz on the album Jazz Samba. Man, I just listened to that like 2 weeks ago. I did. A recording which brought bossa nova into the mainstream worldwide. The album reached #1 on Billboard and remained on the charts for 70 weeks. It's a great album. On this day in history, 1954. I did. Oh, man. I can't believe. I'm not even going to tell you what just happened. Spilled that coffee. Spilled that coffee. I did. The coffee. Remember that on Saturday Night Live, right? The spilled Coke. Well, I just spilled coffee and it altered where the show was going. Oh, no. I have another setup. Oh, no. Did that? Oh, that didn't go anywhere. Okay. Whew. Fader fact. At the 1985 Geneva Summit, Ronald Reagan asked Mikhail Gorbachev if they would have each other's backs in the face of an alien invasion. That's right, of the ET kind. And without hesitation, the two agreed. You didn't know that, did you? You didn't know that. Oh, not Star Wars. I'm not talking about Geneva. Geneva. 1985. Pretty interesting. Tonight is another Fader night with open lines all night long. Call in number 747-228-2051. And, man, I'm almost out of coffee. Since I spilled this, I went and got a backup. I did. I got a, oh, man, now I'm all paranoid. Better put that right back down. River Moon Coffee. You like my mug with the J on it? My daughter got this for me. She did. Okay. Where am I? Very interesting day on Twitter. Social media. My inbox. And the phone calls I had today. Very interesting. And obviously, you know where I'm probably going with this. About the show last night. And I enjoyed the show. And so did Richard. And that's a good show. It's a good show. Why? Open dialogue. You have to have the ability to talk. You have to have that ability. But the other ability that you have to have is the ability to listen. Now, if you go and you listen to that show last night and go back and listen to it again, although it seemed, which is true, that at points in the show, it got a little warm, and it did, supposed to. But we were listening to each other. There are those out there, few, but those are the instigators, that don't listen. They don't. And listening isn't you are hearing what is happening. Listening is listening and understanding the conversation. That's the difference. You have to listen. You don't want to hear what you choose to hear. Two different things. And so I'm going through my inbox today, answering a few phone calls, watching Twitter somewhat. I didn't comment or post in Twitter today on this subject. But it was very interesting to me because obviously people just hear what they want to hear. That's it. That's it. Dolan's great. Greenwald's great. Dolan this, Greenwald. It's just like, how can you be that polarized? Right? And the only reason why that happens is because you're not listening. My goodness. Richard was listening to me. I was listening to Richard. My question is, how did we go wrong? How did we go wrong? How did we go so wrong in the UFO community? Somebody help me out here. The UFO community is based on diversity. Everybody is welcome here. All ideas are welcome. That is what this community is based on. It's always been that way. The same thing that this country is built on. Being diverse, listening to all ideas, putting everything out there, listening to your neighbor, listening to your friends, listening to your enemies. Maybe understanding, maybe advancing your brain. That's what this community is based on. The reason why I am here is so I can speak, so I can think, so I can have an open mind and share that with everybody else with an open mind, no matter what their background is, who they are, what they do. Suddenly, this community is not allowed to have an opinion. Nobody can have an opinion but you. Richard's not allowed an opinion. I'm not allowed an opinion. John Greenwald's not allowed an opinion. All of their thoughts, everything, all of it is equal. Nobody has brought more to the UFO community than these two gentlemen. Fighting for us, bringing it. The amount of knowledge in Greenwald or Dolan's head, for all of you dolts out there that want to argue about this, hummels any of your knowledge. Right? Oh, wait, I'm not allowed to have an opinion. Right? Neither is Dolan, neither is Greenwald. But just you? That's wrong. What this community is based on, what this country is based on, is diversity, different ideas, and everybody coming together as one. So I don't want to hear it anymore. Get your act together. Cut it out. Those out there, the small-brained people, whether they're show hosts or they're posting on Twitter or Facebook or shooting me an email, I don't have time for it. I don't care about it. But for somebody like Richard, who has absolutely brought it to this community and spoken for us for so many years, you want to criticize him for having a thought? John Greenwald, who has brought this since he was a teenager, and you want to criticize John Greenwald for doing some work and bringing an idea to the table? You guys have got it all wrong. I'm not going to participate. I'm not going to get involved. You guys have got it wrong. This show is about diversity. It's about bringing all ideas to the table, and I do it week in and week out. Get it together, man. Get it together. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. I'll be right back.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks across the net. KGRA Radio.
Introducing the Game Changer blend from Rivermoon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all Rivermoon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2B Blend for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact. KGRAradio.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, folks. It's troubling times, and fear is pushing emotions, which in turn pushes health the wrong direction. Do you ever get an ache because life is uneasy? Try Life Change Tea at wtih.com. Life Change Tea works on your digestive tract, helping to move food through quicker and comfortably so your health is spot on. Life Change Tea may not help with world issues, but it will help with your digestive issues. A glass a day helps keep the intruders away. So, change your life today. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. If your health game is off, get on by ordering Life Change Tea. Getthetea.com. And while you're on our site, look around at the great non-GMO organic supplements. And if you're a sales shopper, go to our specials page and see what's for you. I've been drinking the tea for 12 years, and I'm sure glad for its health benefits. Again, that's getthetea.com. Getthetea.com. The tea that makes you go.
Fadernauts. When you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the planet.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. Putting calls on hold like this one right here. Hold. Putting calls on hold. It's Fader night, Thursday night. You guys got off light. If we didn't have that 10-minute shake-up at the front of the show, I would have given you 10 more minutes of ear burn. Unreal, man. Unreal. 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 It's unreal. All right, man. Oh, look at all these calls. Let's see. I don't even know where I'm going first. Let's see. Let me see if I can find a first-time caller. Let me see here. I don't know. I've got them all messed up now. Let's see what's happening. Man, I spilled coffee on my notepad. I got to write. Man, I'm serious. That whole episode, the Windows Defender having to reboot the show, and then and the coffee things threw me off my game because I was ready to light it up. I only went halfway. You guys got off easy. All right. Let's just go to the phones. Let's go. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? This must be. I have no idea who this may be.
It's C.W. McCall, trucking in Southern California tonight.
You're not in Southern California.
No, if it was, I'd hunt you down.
Yeah, you probably would. What's up, JT?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking.
Yep. Great show last night.
Yeah, it was a great show. It was a fantastic show. It was a perfect show. Loved it.
Yep.
Loved it.
No bombshell. Didn't expect a bombshell, really, I guess.
Oh, there were bombshells through that whole show. You're too busy driving.
Oh, no, I listened to the whole thing. Nothing I hadn't heard before. And I've heard it.
Okay.
I've listened to Jay on Project Unity. I listened to his 3-hour thing again with Dr. X. And
I don't know who Dr. X is. What was the other one?
Or Mr. X. And the other one, I listened to the deep dive on Richard Dolan, his 5-hour one. I'm out here driving, so, I just listen to.
Okay.
I got time to listen to them all. It's not like I'm sitting at home listening to them, but, and I've listened to that one again.
You said another one, though.
Dr. Greer's.
Unity. What was the other one?
Dr. Greer's Exposed the National Security Secret. Is a 3.5-hour one that's where he talked actually about where the notes would be foundational. Well, like Richard was saying last night.
Okay, hold on for a second. Hold on, JT. Hold on. I'm just going to do this really quick. See, there's all this noise going on in the background. I had to do that, JT. I didn't want to do that to you, but I had to eliminate some of the stuff.
That's all right.
Well, I didn't. I don't have the time to go and listen to other programs or anything else. I leave that
right.
I leave that up to everybody else. I don't have the time to do it.
Yeah.
But
well, I'm sitting around doing nothing all night, but steering the truck around, so I got time to do it. But yeah, I understand where you're coming from on that.
Yeah,
and I am on the fence. I mean, I think you even said that last night towards the end of the show. It didn't sway me one way or the other. When I hear Mr. X on the radio,
I don't know. I don't know.
Boy,
I don't know who that is. But let me say this: the community. No, I wouldn't say the community. I would say that the community, by and large, doesn't really think about who is behind something. They're about the facts and what these documents are, and people can formulate their own opinions. And we don't need to be discussing and personal attacks on those that are spending time to look at these documents or whatever. It could be a video, it could be a photograph, it could be an image, whatever. Look at that,
right,
and spend your time there.
Well, let me jump in here real quick and just say I hope I'm not doing that. I'm not putting any body down at all. Personally, I don't think I am.
No, I'm not. I'm just talking about the way that I am trying to get everybody on the same page here. Just look at the documents and the evidence. I'm just talking about the evidence. So the evidence that Greenwald put forth on the NRO document, very compelling.
Pretty
the
compelling.
Evidence.
My word, exactly.
Yeah, that right there. But see, this is the thing, and this is what I said last night. If you take all of that off of the table, take all of the evidence off of the table, forget about that. My eyes looks at that distribution list, and it just rings of bogus. And it's all the sensational words, right? All the buzzwords.
Yep.
Cosmic magic, MJ, MAJ, this, that, man. This. Stop, man. Right
I
there.
agree.
Right there. If anybody out there thinks that we've got a bunch of secret organizations called Cosmic, right? Stop.
Oh, yeah.
Man. No. They may have, pick a word. Pen. Pick a word.
Right.
Mouse. Remote control. Light.
Correct.
Stand. Statue. Those are the words.
Right.
Majestic. Oh, stop, man.
And then, and if you go to Bob Lazar's badge, all of a sudden, but that's a whole different thing. And I'm not jumping on I'm on the middle of the fence, like I said. I want it to be real, like Richard does. And I think a lot of it, man, if that's real, that's going to mean that just kind of solidifies my experiences as being real.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
to me, and as far as, and I agree with Richard, and I hope he's wrong on the global revolution. That's a whole nother subject. But like he said, he hopes in 20 years he can come back and say, I'm wrong on the global revolution. And so, because I respect all these people very much. And I try, not to put anybody down. Don't call them names, like this clueless thing that Dr. Eric Davis supposedly said, which I can't find that anywhere in writing or on video. So and I did ask Richard, he hasn't responded to me if, that was firsthand, like maybe a phone call, Doctor, hey, you see this, Dr. Davis? Oh yeah, that's, he's clueless, whatever. I'm not doing any of that. But he hasn't responded to me where they got a second hand, or was there a video link? Send me a link, or where can I see that in writing that Dr. Davis said that? So right now I don't even know if, I'm not making a determination whether that statement's even true or not by Richard last night or on his show. It wasn't on his show, it was on his unlisted video he did right after John did his video. But, unless you remember, you can't see that. But, so I'm not putting anybody down. The thing about, I guess my intrigue with Mr. X is he seems to be, because, being on the Project Unity on Richard's show, the omniscient, full, all-knowing authority, because he breaks it down letter by letter, period, punctuation mark, acronyms, and it's very compelling. It's just as compelling as John's thing on the NRO document. When you hear him talking about the document, who was who, where they were, when they were there, Mr. X really has done a lot of research on this. Extreme. He's done probably more research than anybody to have that kind of knowledge on the Wilson Davis document. So, and I know nobody's going to divulge, like you said, you already denied it, so that means you do know who Mr. X is, by the way. No, just kidding.
Mr. X? Okay, well, you've just said Mr. X 20 times. I've never heard of the guy. So
he's the one that Richard did the deep dive with on the, whether you heard part of it or not, and Jay did the deep dive. He comes on these shows, and he's the one.
Okay, but
goes
JT,
down the documents.
JT, you've said that like 10 times. I get that. But I haven't listened to Richard's. I haven't listened to any of that. I leave that up to the audience. Okay. So,
right.
But I understand where you're coming from, and it, just read through the documents, Form your own opinion,
Oh,
and I'm talking to the audience. Just read through the documents.
Okay. Oh.
A lot of people don't even know what we're even talking about right now. So, but I get it. I get it. Well, listen, man, I'm going to get to these other phone calls. You are the absolute very best. You're the backbone of this great country of ours, JT. Thank you for everything that you do.
All right, hey, just pump the brakes a minute here. Let me give this to number 624 to 26. All the Fadernaughts, and good show last night. Richard, John, everybody, this is all for you guys. Have a good one. Fade to black, Jimmy.
Thank you so much, JT. Fade to black to you too as well. Thank you for that. And I'm sure I'll be taking many calls about this throughout the evening tonight. But I'll say it again. Just read through the documents. Just read through it and form your own opinion. But no more personal attack. I just don't want to hear it. I don't even care about it. Oh my! Especially with these two guys, man. It's just like, man. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, it's Heather from Mansfield.
Hey, Heather, how are you?
I'm good.
What's on your mind?
Except for this conversation.
Yeah.
I have nothing on my mind, really. I was only calling in to say a few things about your opening rant and what's, been being discussed. And that is that, the majority of the community, we all take everything with a grain of salt. We listen and have open minds, listening to every guest that you have on your show, hoping to get more information that we have with people that have done the research, done the work, and that not everybody, I hate for a few bad apples to ruin it for the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're referring to because I haven't been on social media to see attacks towards the two gentlemen you're referring to. But I just wanted to say out loud that we love your show. I'm speaking for a lot of people, and we love your guests, and we have the utmost respect for their work and their tireless, efforts to help this community get more information. And for whoever is saying whatever, they don't speak for all of us. Does that make sense?
Yep, absolutely. I think that for anybody that would choose to go after a personality, it just really shows one of two things. Really, it's a small mind, number one, or number two, it's just somebody trying to cause issues, right? And that's their mission in life. It's one or the other. It doesn't come from intelligence, and it doesn't come from, when I got into the UFO community, 15 years, 20 years before I was ever a show host, I saw a little bit of angst out there. I did, but for the most part, all the information was just coming in, and it was just awesome, but I would listen or read or see something that I didn't agree with. Okay. That's as far as I took it. Okay. All right. Well, that's not what I'm about, but that's it. I enjoyed these different points of view. I enjoy, because I didn't necessarily think that way or didn't think that way at all. And then it just forces me to go, well, okay, let me think about this for a second. I don't agree with it, but I would have never thought about it, so let's go here. And that's and to see it today, it's just weird, and some of the this constant, this thing that's going on, it's coming from, I don't know, mental instability. It's just like, why would somebody,
right?
Why would somebody,
well, you
somebody's
don't
got
see
issues.
this community go in the same direction that comedy has, where you can't say anything.
That's
because
right.
It's offensive to somebody.
But that's exactly
it's like
right.
Comedy and our community is like turning into the same world where you can't say something because that makes somebody angry.
Yep, you're not allowed to think. You're not allowed to say. You're not allowed to.
Correct.
Correct. Postulate. What if?
And that was what this community was all about in the first place.
And it still is.
We were saying the things that no one else would say.
It still is.
And you have to look at everybody and not be so judgmental.
Mm-hmm.
You got to take it all in, figure it out, and believe what you want to believe in, and leave it at that.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
I agree.
That's it. Heather, enjoy the rest of your night. What a great phone call. Thank you so much.
You too. All right. Take care, Jimmy. Fade to black.
Fade to black. That is Heather from Mansfield. That's a great phone call right there. And let's see. Let's see who is up next. I just got an announcement, by the way. It just came in literally 4 minutes ago during Heather's phone call. And the Pasadena International Film Festival has nominated our film, that's right, Extraordinary, The Revelations, for Best Documentary. And we should know if we win in about 45 minutes. How crazy is that? Got it right here, and hold on. I will let me know. I'll announce it on the show. We are live right now. So there you go. How cool is that? Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Nathan in Ohio again.
Hey, Nathan, how are you?
I'm good. I want to change gears to more or less what you were to the show that you did on Monday with Barry Littleton.
What did I do on Monday? Oh, Barry Littleton. Okay.
And really what I want to say is about experiences across the board, not just his, but he kind of referenced this too, which is I'm interested in it's the similarities of different experiences that make us aware that there's a phenomena in the first place. But what interests me the most is some of the variance between different people's stories. Like his story is very compelling and very elaborate. And it has an interwoven narrative. Not that he's weaving it, or maybe the visitors are. Same thing with Whitley Strieber. But you have somebody like a Travis Walton, who's like kind of an outlier because his abduction was essentially accidental, if you hear it from him. And I wonder what you think about the variations in experiences as opposed to the similarities.
Well,
do you think this is like how people's perceptions perceive it?
Yeah.
Or do you think this is something that they're doing and they're purposely misleading people?
Yeah. And this is the thing. No, I don't think anybody's no, I shouldn't say that. There are plenty of people that are misleading things out there. That certainly is going to happen. But the real differences between one case or the other are things that we just don't know. We don't know those differences. We don't have any idea what those differences are. And only those that are sharing their experiences, they know everything in depth. We don't know the details of somebody's experience. they have to be quite extensive, and you can't possibly, unless you're going to write a 3, 4, 5 volume book, do 20 documentaries and films on it, where you can get down to the fine-tuned minutia. Only those experiencers know about that stuff. And so the differences, no. The similarities are, those things that, and I hear this all the time when somebody is interviewing or you see it in a documentary or whatever. It's always these superficial, questions. What did the ET look like? I was listening to a show. This was about 10 years ago. Might have even been before Fade to Black, but I don't want to say who the host was. But, I had this guest on and literally kept going back to the same thing. What was the operating table like? What was the examination table like? What were, wanting to know these sensational things. What were the instrument, and those are the superficial things. And those are what we always end up hearing about. We don't get to the fine details because these experiencers don't get a chance to talk about those. So what the differences are, they've got to be extreme. I mean, the difference between you walking into a Taco Bell and what that experience is like, and you walking into a McDonald's and what the differences are. There's 100,000 differences, but they're both fast food restaurants that serve food. Right, so suddenly they're very similar, right? And it's like that. Nathan, I've got to head to a break, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Göbekli Tepe.
Yeah, Fade to Black. Thank you so much. And I've got to head to a break right here, and I'm waiting for the updates from the Pasadena Film Festival. That's pretty exciting. It's right here at the awards ceremony for the Pasadena International Film Festival. We were nominated for Best Documentary. We should know in about 45 minutes if we win. They will let us know. I cannot wait for that. That's director John Sumple. Very cool news. What a way to just top off this night here on Fade to Black. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It's Fader Night with open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. If you're on hold, stay right there. Let's see who's on the hold. Who's on hold the longest? Let's see. Who are we going to bring in? I think we're going to go right here. I'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station, Salt Lake City, Utah, Van Buren, Arkansas.
This is Billy Carson with ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Forbidden Knowledge TV has just reached its 1-year anniversary. That's right, 1 year. And as a show of appreciation, we are giving all new subscribers a free 30-day trial of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's 30 days to binge watch thousands of movies, documentaries, conferences, workshops, lectures, yoga classes, meditation courses, and so much more. So log on to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv from your computer or mobile device, or get the Forbidden Knowledge TV app on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play today, and use coupon code 30daysfree. That's coupon code 30daysfree on ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Because you never got that pony you always wanted. Damn it. Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network. KGRADB.com.
Listen, I know, and you know, that you've always wanted your first crystal skull. Or maybe you're a collector just like me, but you just don't know where to go to find the real thing. Then I met Carolyn Ford over at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. Carolyn is the guardian of Einstein, one of the most respected ancient crystal skulls in the world. All of her unique skulls have been imprinted sitting with Einstein in his sacred lodge and are carved from the finest gemstone and materials. Imprinting is the process of receiving the ancient wisdom from the master skull or master computer, Einstein, the ancient crystal skull. To see Carolyn's current collection of crystal skulls, just visit her store at einsteinthecrystalskull.com or click on the banner over on our site. Don't forget to use the promo code Jimmy at checkout to receive 10% off of your order today. That's promo code Jimmy. Finding your first or next crystal skull is easy. Just visit einsteinthecrystalskull.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roasted to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2B Blend for 15% off of your order today.
Hello, I'm Katie and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black, on the Game Changer Network and the KGRA digital broadcast station.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to jimmychurchradio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. We're also Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier.
And I'm Ari Gold.
We're the Honey Brothers.
And you're listening to Jimmy Church.
The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernaut by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black, across the globe on the Game Changer Radio Network and the one and only KGRA Radio, The Planet.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader night. Open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. And I just got a text from an old dear friend of mine who's obviously listening to the show, Lisa. And she said, congrats on the nomination. It means a lot, Lisa. We go way back. And I was just thinking, I thought, man, I should say something on the air just to make her laugh. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to keep Lisa. I will never forget the night that we spent at Cedars-Sinai Hospital while somebody's head got stitched up. There, I said it. I hope you're laughing. All right. Thursday night, Fader night, open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
How you doing? This is Trevor from Scranton, PA.
Hey, Trevor from Scranton, PA. How are you?
Not too bad. Interesting show tonight. A lot of interesting callers. And, I just like to throw in my 2 cents about it. And I just feel like with all this information that goes out on the UFO topic, UFO phenomenon, UAPs, all that, I think that you got to take everything little by little and make up your own mind. I think that if 99% of it is all lies and misinformation, we only need the 1% of it to be true.
Yeah.
You know,
can't argue with that.
You know what I mean? And it's tough because you got something like the Wilson documents and all that, and you look at it, I look at it, and it's very compelling. And then I'll talk to someone else who will say why it's not. You know, and you go back and forth with it. So I think the bottom line is you really just got to come up with your own mind and your own decisions on the topic.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to believe what you believe, and people are going to believe what they believe. And for me, I tend to go back and forth, you know, because I sit back as a believer and I say, what if I am wrong? And what if this all is disinformation? You ever go through something like that in your career where you thought maybe this is all BS?
Well, you got to consider if you... you know, for those of us who have been students of the UFO game for a long time, we went through a lot of different phases of documents that have surfaced. And you can go back, if you go back to something like Timothy Good's Above Top Secret, and go check out that book, which came out a long time ago, which I still have.
Excellent book.
Excellent book. And you know, so we have been looking at documents of all that have surfaced, and how many of them? Look, if all of those documents are authentic, right? I'm talking about, you know, you can go to the Majestic and MJ12 and
right
and all of that stuff, and go and
Guy
examine.
Hotel.
It's daunting, and I used to, back in the day, I had a printer in my living room, and I would print everything. I had a 3-hole punch. I would get these documents, 3-hole punch, and I still have a couple of them. I must have had. No, I was going to say 10. I don't think it was 10, but it was probably 7 binders stacked up that were full of documents. And I would just pull it down and read through. And I originally did that because they looked really cool printed out. It's different when you're looking at it, you know, on a computer, but when you print the document out and you're looking at it, it's got that vibe, right? So I would do that, but I would pull these binders down and I would read through them. And there's lots of different reasons why I formulated my yay or nay on certain documents. But that being said, they all are not real. If they are all real, holy crap, right? Okay. But they are not. And in that they are not all real. But this is the thing. If you go back and check into, now we all know about Richard Doty, but really examine his past and some of the things that he has said over the years, including to me directly. I've talked to him a lot about documents, both on and off the air. But the point is a simple one. They used disinformation for a few different reasons. One, they knew that the UFO community, or they feared, I should say, and I'm talking about Washington, D.C., and the military and the Air Force, feared that there were agents of other countries, Soviet Union and what have you, that were in the UFO community collecting information. So they would bring disinformation into the UFO community to mess with who they thought may have infiltrated the UFO community. And there was that part of it. That's part of the story. The other part, and especially when you get into like Linda Moulton Howe or Benowitz and others, where Bill Moore was cranking out, suddenly had a new letter that he was revealing. He had a new memo he was revealing. He had a new document. All of that stuff was given to him by Doty,
Right.
and meant to spread throughout the
Well,
UFO
Project
community.
Serpo, right?
Well, Serpo, yeah. Well, I think that we all know that Serpo. Well, okay. So before we go there,
Sure.
we know that in order to have good disinformation, you've got to have things in there that are verifiable. You've got to have elements of truth in there. That's good disinformation. So
Absolutely.
that was their job. And so, the onus is on us where we've got to go through and pick through, and then we find the things that are accurate. And now we've got to, dig deeper and what is an untruth here, or is it true? And, when you have something in a document that relates to, contacts with ET or a crashed saucer, right? Or a retrieval, is that true or not? And is that in there because it is true, but now it's so sensational that it now leads people to think that the document is a hoax? Whatever it is, it's all done with a lot of clever. It's cleverly.
Oh, they've done great at what they do. They're great at it.
Yep. And we have to we have to remember a couple of things. That prior to around 1985, but that was a crucial period for documents, and I'll tell you why.
Right.
Before that, it was typewriters. Okay?
Yeah.
Typewriters. So there wasn't any, unless it was a book publisher or anything, there wasn't any typesetting done. Today, computers are everywhere. And after 1985 and Macs and things that started to come out, creating documents on a computer and editing, much easier. Okay, but prior to that, with a typewriter, you could not make mistakes. So, and if you made a mistake, in 1960, did they have whiteout? No.
Whiteout, right.
Right. So those documents, everything had to be perfect. And so if you are going to be recreating or hoaxing documents prior to 1985 on a typewriter, you have a team of people around you. First off, you've got there was no internet, so you have researchers. You have to know the time, place, city, country, area of all of these people, wherever they are. You have to have that information at your disposal. You have to have the names, ranks, all of it. You can't make any mistake with any of the personalities there. So you have to have that information at your disposal. And more importantly, the way that a memo was formatted in 1947 was not the same as something from 1967 or 1977.
Right.
Things changed. So dates, the way things were, headers and how, that formatting.
Right, how they... Right.
You have to have those professionals at your disposal, and you have to be able.
How they addressed even like the colonels and the lieutenants were different than they do now.
All of that, all of that, and then here's the icing on the cake. Then you have to have a professional typist. You have to have somebody that can take this information that is probably all handwritten out by these people that are creating the doc. Then you've got to turn around and type. So if you're an amateur typist, you're going to get 2 sentences in. You're going to make a mistake. You pull out the piece of paper. You put in another one. You start typing again. And so this wasn't done by rookies. This was done by a document creation organization somewhere in the Pentagon where they do this all the time. They're creating documents to throw things off with spies over in Europe. Sure. That's what they do. They're creating documents all the time and distributing. That is what they do. So that is the one thing that you have to look at this. Where how could somebody create these MJ-12 documents? Well, you know what? That's a professional team. That is a whole. That is not 2 people sitting in a Motel 6 in Wichita whipping out documents. No, it wasn't Jamie Chanderay sitting in in a 2-room apartment in downtown Burbank. That's not,
a lot of these things that people say are hoaxes would cost so much money, too. That's the funny thing.
And,
like, so much money yeah.
Yeah. And so I will always stick to my guns on this. That's not to say that some of these documents aren't absolutely 100% authentic. It's tough.
Right.
Those professionals in Washington, D.C., in the Pentagon creating these documents, it's what they do. You're not supposed to be able to tell, right? That's it. You know, and, you know, they need to throw off the Mossad. They've got to throw off the KGB. They've got to throw off the China People's Liberation Army, whatever. You know, those documents have got to be perfect. And that's what they do.
Plausible deniability. Plausible deniability. That's what they want.
There you go. So, Trevor, thank you for the phone call, man. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Absolutely. Thanks for doing what you do. Go back to your please.
Yeah, right on, man. It's time to fade to black. That's a great phone call right there. And I'm not kidding about this because I was a graphic designer, still am, actually. You know, you never stop doing that. But I know what it takes to create documents. I do. And it's insane, the formatting that is involved in all of this. And prior to 1985, 1984, prior to, man, you're talking about typewriters. 70s. There wasn't any Word, Microsoft Word. No, it didn't exist. It just didn't exist. So there you go. That's my take on that. And those that were spreading those documents, by the time they got to, you know, somebody like Linda Moulton Howe or Bill Moore, those things were perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, this is Dave. And, well, right now I'm in Austin.
You're in Austin, Texas. Take me off speaker, Dave.
Oh, you are.
Man, I got it. Okay. You're in Austin. Are you in the Austin Arena? Austin Staples Arena?
No, I'm in my hotel room right now. Going back.
Well, that's one of those big marble hotel rooms that you stay in. So right now you're in Austin. What are you doing in Austin?
Well, I'm making a cross-country trip. Started out from the little town I grew up in and spent the last year and a half living in. The same house that I grew up in. Looking all about that. House got sold, everything changed. And now I'm heading back to California. So I decided to drive back instead of taking just a plane. Got some delicate stuff. So, I'm taking this cross-country trip. Stopped in Pascagoula overnight.
Right on.
And Martha, if I can get there. And then after that, I'm going to pick up the Repo Man route from Roswell to DTLA.
That's a good trip. That's a good trip. That's a good trip. You should stop by Socorro. Do Roswell, Socorro.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely doing, Sedona, Roswell, any sacred sites I can get in, interesting sites, whatever speaks to me, that's where I'm following. I'm not following any playbook. I really got my personal oracle is kind of being my co-pilot. So
yeah, right on.
We're doing pretty well with that thing. So let's see, I could throw a couple things at you. A couple animist koans.
A couple of what?
You interested in those? Animist koans. The Zen question, like one hand clapping, that sort of thing.
See, but you're smarter than I am. You're saying words that I don't even know. That's impressive.
Well,
one hand clapping.
Well, that's one of them. I mean, that's a Zen koan, but animist koan would be a little bit different. So, for instance, how can you see something that's invisible?
Right.
Well, see, there's no wrong answers to these questions. But what does it open up? And it's the fact that you keep the keep that in your mind, and it eventually grows into some sort of understanding of an answer to the question. So here's the second one. Eshu sends a message tomorrow to be received yesterday.
Say that again.
Eshu sends a message tomorrow to be received yesterday.
Okay, that one I didn't. That went right over my head.
It's supposed to bend your mind. So
okay,
that's the way it's supposed to be. But when it hits you, you keep this in your mind, then all of a sudden, boom, you kind of see it manifest in your day-to-day affairs, and that's where the enlightenment, the realization comes in, whatever you want to call it. So I've been hiking around and trying to get from point A to point B, and got quite a lot building up here as far as working on a few rants. It could actually go into a podcast someday. But I definitely want to do something on, cosmic debris one of these days. There's a bit of that. One thing I do have to say is that I don't really see it much here on Fade to Black. I think there's like a cosmic debris filter that you have. But it's out there. It's out there. I can give you examples. I ain't here to malign anybody, name names. But the things that people do try to perpetuate. Like I heard this podcast a while back, and the hostess of it was saying that she read the entirety of Beelzebub's Tales to his grandson in a weekend and understood everything. Now, the book itself is about 1,000 pages long, and even the most learned people I've ever met on the subject of that don't understand everything about it. So when people do perpetuate cosmic debris, a lot of hoo-ha and hokey-malokey that keep some folks employed. And you got to watch out for some of the cosmic debris that people come up with.
Every time you say cosmic debris, I think of Frank Zappa.
Well, that's the entire thing. I got a little rant on cosmic debris. I got a little rant on yellow snow, the spirits of St. Malfazo. Oh, yeah, and slime on your video. Slime on your video. I mean, the slime on your social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
control your mind, and you will do as you are told until the rights of you are sold.
Yes. And and I'm so glad that you brought this up, because the majority, I would say, if you go from Frank Zappa, 1975, 76 to 1980, 81, that period right there, his visions of the future and of media and of control was frigging prophetic. It's spot on the money. No internet, no multiple cable channels, nothing. No, man, none of that existed. And
well, that was always on after him from the get-go. That was always on there.
You go and you listen to the words. The material itself is timeless. Mm-hmm. You go his song Flakes. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Flakes. Sounds like it was written yesterday. And it's absolutely timeless. San Bernardino?
Well,
San Bernardino, right? Just a cosmic debris, too. Man, I love that album. Oh, geez. Cosmic debris.
Well, every time somebody comes up to you and says, well, your show should be for free, I just kind of get the Teenage Win vibe. Free is when you don't have to pay for nothing or do nothing.
That's right.
Be free.
That's right.
None of these people offer to pay your bills, though. Have you noticed?
The thing, yeah, exactly. Society, there are segments of society, doesn't matter about the age, that suddenly just think everything in life should be free. Your entertainment, your music, your sports, your movies. You don't have to work. You should have a check coming in the mail. And your car should be free. Your rent should be free. Everything should be free. It's great. It's like, wait. No, it just doesn't work that way. But yeah. It's really, really funny.
Yeah, you got the slime from your video. The thing I've noticed, singly, is that people's brains have been rewired by their interaction with the social media to the point where, people will post a news story, they'll read the title of it, and then they'll agree with that, and they're agreeing with everything in the contents of it to agree with the conclusion, even if they haven't read it. And it gets to the point where, oh, yes, I agree with this statement, therefore everything inside of the article is true, and I also believe, without questioning it.
Yeah, and
it gets to the point where all you have to do is show somebody a picture of something, and they will have an intellectual conclusion served to them without even, thinking about it.
The movie that was just nominated for Best Documentary at the Pasadena International Film Festival, Extraordinary, The Revelations. So I saw some stuff on social media. I'm not pointing at anybody specifically here. But on different platforms, not just one. But these comments. So, where can we see this? Well, it's on Amazon. Oh, you mean we have to pay for it? Yeah. What? Oh man, it's just too funny.
People who worked on it kind of wanted to get paid.
It's just. Yeah. We'll drop $500,000 to make a film, and we'll just give it away. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. So, and just trying to break even on any of these productions is a miracle. But people just it's just so funny to me, Dave.
If I want to complain about the show, let me do better, and then we'll talk about it.
So one of the things that you are going to find is when you go to have you been to Roswell?
No.
Okay. When you get out of the city of Roswell, because the crash site is probably an hour or more outside of Roswell. But anyway, as you're driving, you will notice one thing. There is nothing there. You're going to look to your left, you're going to look to your right, and as far as the eye can see, there is nothing. There are no homes, there are no power lines, there are no structures, there's nothing man-made, there's nothing there. It's unbelievable. It's very cool, man. It's very cool. You'll dig it. It's not going to be what you expect. It's simply not.
Well, I'm keeping an open mind, so I'm trying not to...
it's cool. It's cool, man. It's cool. Well, listen, Dave, drive safe. Have a good time in Roswell, and keep us updated, man.
Okay, for sure. Thank you very much, and fade to black.
Fade to black. Dave, our producer at large, on a road trip right now, driving across the United States. All right. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. I'll be right back.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black. KGRARadio.com.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
Do you you want to be an official Fadernaut? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. This is Jimmy Church, and I invite you to attend the 20th Annual Los Angeles Conscious Life Expo live and in person this September 17th, 18th, and 19th at the LAX Airport Hilton. Connect with exhibitors, community, thought leaders, and friends as we begin to recreate the world. You can also watch the expo from the comfort of your own home. Live stream from the main stage in Los Angeles and from the main stage in London. Truly a global simulcast event broadcast around the world. Live stream and in-person expo tickets are available now. I'll be your host all weekend long from Los Angeles. And on Friday, it's my Ancient Secrets and Earth Mysteries themed segment with James Keenan, Caroline Corey, and William Henry. And on Saturday, Daniel Sheen and I sit down for a one-on-one interview live. We have an amazing lineup of 25 speakers, including Bashar, Gail Thackeray, Kimberly Meredith, Whitley Strieber, Stephen Bassett, Daniel Brinkley, and Lisa Garr. Please visit ConsciousLifeExpo.com for tickets and info. That's ConsciousLifeExpo.com and use that promo code Jimmy for a special discount. Fadernauts. When you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRARadio.com.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. What a great night on the show. 747-228-2051. Why? We won. We won. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. J3 Films, the team, Lori Wagner, their production, their film. Extraordinary. The Revelations has just won Best Documentary at the Pasadena International Film Festival. It is 8:33. I just got the text in at 8:30. There you go. We won. I somehow felt watching this picture that the way that everybody put the effort into this, I just want to say this. You could tell, and it's not because I'm part of the film. It's not about that. In fact, that's the part that made me the most nervous. So I'm going to ruin this thing for everybody. But as the film continued, it was the music, it was the editing. Of course, it was John Semple's direction and Laurie and Jack and J3 and and how to put something like this together. But I'm watching, I'm thinking to myself, this thing is great. It is just, it's magical. It was just so well done. And I was very proud of it. Very, very proud. And it got to the end, and I knew that no matter what anybody wanted to say or what have you, it didn't matter to me. It was just a great film. It was just a great film. And John Semple, my man, I hope you're listening right now. You're a great director, and the team that you've got around you and the vision from everybody. I can't say enough about Laurie and Jack, but everybody that was involved. So without just going on and on, I am blown away right now. I am blown away, and I don't even. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. It's a great film, and now others think that too. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And somebody, I think it was Kaz, posted up the nomination list. Is there a winner list now? And if you can, I can't do it live on the air, but Pasadena International Film Festival, go to the website. Whoever pulled that off and posted that up there earlier, I think it was Kaz. Is there a way that have the winners been posted? I would love to get that up in Twitter. Yeah, wow, that's cool. I don't even know what to say. Man, I got goosebumps. That's cool. That is really, really cool. And hang on. That's pretty cool. Text. Thank you so much. Okay. Wow. Yeah, if somebody can post that up, I would love to get that out before the night is out, because I will be on the road after this. But this is just great. 747-228-2051. I forgot what I was talking about now. What? Oh, we've got calls on hold. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
What's up, dude?
Hey! I thought I was supposed to leave you on hold till next week.
Well, didn't work out that way, did it, buddy?
No, it didn't. How are you doing, Elf? Man, we won Best Documentary. Can you believe that? Wow.
Congrats, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. I keep saying we. Look, I'm not the star of the film. I'm not. All I did was narrate. It's everybody else that is in this film. Now, while I've got you on the line, I'm going to.
Whoa, wait. Hang on. Are you going to have a celebration for this?
We're going to, because I think I'm going to go ahead and do kebabs. Yeah, going to do kebabs.
Okay. Making sure we're on the same page here.
Yeah. So, I didn't know that we were nominated, and certainly you have no idea that you're going to win. I didn't know any of this until 45 minutes ago. Okay, I just found all of this. This all just happened in real time. But next week on Fade to Black, I have booked 3 of the central figures of the film next week, and that is Vivian Chavez. She's going to be on with us on Monday. She's unreal. So she's on Monday, and we have Krista Raisa on Tuesday, and we have Timothy Alberino on Wednesday. and it's going to be an extraordinary week. And now it takes on a whole new complexion. Wow, that is totally cool. And these three now, Mary Rodwell and Richard Dolan, George Norrie's in the film, and so many others that we're familiar with. But Vivian and Krista and Timothy just really, really gave this movie something that put it over the top. And I needed to have these three on the show next week, and here you go. So, Elf, what's on your mind tonight?
Well, the kebabs now.
What's on your mind, man?
Will this party be an open party?
Absolutely. Oh, it's going to be a barn burner. Are you saying you're flying out?
Man, I don't know, dude. You keep pushing me to that point. It's been a couple years. It's always on my mind.
You know, it's funny, Patrick.
You're like that 16-year-old girl I was with at 16. You know, it's like, hey, honey, yeah.
I know.
Just keep teasing me.
I know. But when that moment goes down, you know it's going to be glorious. You know it is.
I know.
You're gonna have music
Meat
and
sweat.
violence. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome.
Anyway, dude. Okay, Angel Light. Heard of that?
The crystal.
Crystal.
Yes, I have.
Have you messed with any of that?
No, I haven't. Have you?
I just got a sphere the other day. Yeah.
Okay. And?
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Pretty nice and mellow. Good dreams with it. I pretty much dug it, man. But anyway, my question is, bought any good crystals lately? Any skulls? Anything?
No, but I did come across a couple that I haven't had out for a long time, and put those on display. I just got this calcite. I'm holding it up to the camera. I got this from Catalina, and it is unbelievably beautiful. Lots going on here with this, but I'm very, very happy with this. So this has just been sitting in here with me in the bunker, and I've always wanted some, and it was just kind of weird that she got me this because I thought about it for a long time. But that's the way the universe works.
Have you looked into any terahertz yet?
No. But, okay, I'm looking now. How big is your sphere?
Probably about 2-inch round, maybe.
Is it? Does it have veins in it, or is it just pure blue?
It's pure blue, but it's got a lot of the white spots. It's kind of, when you look at it, it's like looking up at the sky.
Yeah. It's one of the things
like
I
at
love about
nighttime,
it.
that's kind of what it's looking like.
Yeah. It's
kind
totally
of mesmerizing.
I would love to have a skull made of angelite.
Now, have you heard of it's Gabbro? Gabor? I guess that's how they say it.
Gabbro crystal.
Yeah, well, it's indigo. Make sure you put indigo, otherwise it'll show you the all black. The indigo's got purple in it and stuff, and it's nice.
Wow, look at that.
And with that, the indigo, man, when you move that crystal around, it looks like it's got little copper slices in it once in a while because the light hits it, and it's friggin' awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking at it here, the indigo. Woo, man, that would make a great skull. Yeah, that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that new shop, man, they've got all kinds of, I just keep finding all kinds of, he's getting like real nice stuff. He got some fluorite, of course, from Illinois, but when you look in it, it's got like pyramids, man, just pyramid on top of pyramid. It's a little expensive, but they're wicked looking.
I'm getting text coming in congrats. I have to respond. Yeah, everybody is. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I just can't believe we won this thing. It's blowing my mind. I am going to talk to Caroline Ford, and I'm going to look into this Gabbro and the Angelite too as well. Angelite I've seen for years. This Gabbro I've never seen before. And
dude, I've never seen it or heard about it. And then I walked into that store and he had a little bit of it, and I swooped up a few of them.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I've already sent out a few of the ones that I had. I've got one that's mine, and then I've got one that's sitting here waiting for somebody.
Really?
It'll tell me.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll tell me.
Patrick, enjoy your weekend,
I'm just
man.
saying, if somebody throw me some kebabs, they may get it.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
All right. You so deserve it. Elf, enjoy your weekend, my man, and thank you so much. Thank you for being there for us.
All right, brother. Have a good weekend.
You too, Patrick. The Elf, this Gabbro, this indigo, is absolutely stunning. And the Angelite, I've been checking that out for many years. Every time I see it, I'm just so taken with it because he's right. You can get it where it's almost solid blue. It's like sky blue. It's the color of the sky. And but then there's other versions of it that have these little white dots, puffs in it, and it's just gorgeous, man. I mean, it's just gorgeous. It's so it's like cotton candy. It's got that kind of very soft sky blue thing going on, and I love Angelite. But this Gabbro, this indigo Gabbro, this stuff is incredible. I mean, that is. I'm going to look into this a bit more. I understand the name Indigo Gabbro. I get that part of it, but what does it consist of? You know, there's something going on there. Facts about there we go. Properties. Okay, if you're on hold, stay right there. I'll get to you. Let's see. What does it consist of? That's all I care about. What does Okay, that's why I hate doing this live on the air. I'm just blown away by this, and okay, I get it. Okay, somebody post up in Twitter, what is Gabbro, Indigo Gabbro? What is it made of? What is in that crystal? What is it made of? I want to hear from you. Okay, let's see here. Let's go back to here. And this is where I was. Let me get back to the calls. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy. How's my audio? Sound okay?
Yeah. Who's calling?
Yeah, this is PJ. I'm a Philadelphia guy. I'm a bar owner. I called you a couple months back. Okay. I'm just calling, number one, to thank you once again because your content's been phenomenal recently. It's always good, but it's been out of the park recently. The reason why I'm calling, I would love to hear, and I know you're the guy that can set this up. By the way, the bar that I own is called Dolan's Bar. I'm no relation to Richard, but I would love to have Richard and Greenwald on a debate on your show, and I think you're the guy to pull it off. I think Greenwald would be respectful, and I love Richard, and I feel like Mommy and Daddy are in an argument right now. I want the two of them to work it out.
Well, you know, I could do that. And I mean, there's a possibility. What I have always avoided on this show is any kind of debate format or us versus them or this person said this. I need to come on and respond. Let's get on together and and jump in, some cage match. And I'm going to be honest with you, PJ. It's bad radio. It's really, so? Yes. People talking over each other and interrupting. It's just bad radio. And I hate listening to.
I think they're both eloquent. And I think that Greenwald he's a craftsman at what he does. You know
Sure.
what I mean?
No. I'm not. What I'm saying is, traditionally, that format just doesn't work.
Okay.
It's bad radio. Right. With those two guys, two of the smartest people that I know, okay, and either one of them will tell you. I say it all the time on the air, but I don't think most people fully digest what I am saying. I have spent hours on phone calls, one phone call, hours, all the time. Okay, and it sounds like it's bragging, or is it? No. You need the three of us. We understand each other. We respect each other, and we're not calling to say hi. We converse, and I know these two gentlemen well enough that it could be a great show, and if I'm in the middle, it could probably turn into something that would be really amazing. I think it will. But what I don't want it to turn into right now is if we, and I'm just going to say it straight out, and listen to what I'm saying. I put this show on, and I put it out there in social media, and then you're going to have all of those yahoos out there, the Team Dolan, the Team Greenwald, talking smack, right, and trying to throw gas on the fire and inflate and this and that, and then that's wrong. And I don't want to have that expectation. I don't want to have that environment, because you're not going to get it on this show. It's not going to happen.
I completely understand.
I'm not going to go there.
I completely understand.
So, and it's happened. Do you know how many times, PJ, over the years where I bring on a guest and suddenly, and I put it out there, and it's like, let's go. Church is going to set him straight. Or the guest is going to set church straight. Right. And it's like, what show do you listen to?
I think the truth. I think the truth falls somewhere in between with those two, with this subject anyway. When it comes to the Wilson docs,
there is a third part to this that most don't talk about. Okay, so. But I'm just going to say this right here, and everybody needs to really listen to me. It just may be that the Wilson Davis doc is real, in that it was written from the mind and the hand of Eric Davis. The contents of the document are fiction. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm trying to process this.
Listen to me again.
You're thinking that Davis puts this out, but the content's not there. And what's he doing it for? Awareness?
It could be for a lot of different reasons. Maybe
push narrative a certain way.
No. Maybe he's trying to impress his boss. Maybe he's trying to impress Robert Bigelow. Oh, holy crap! Eric Davis is hanging out with Wilson. Yeah. Oh, he knows things, right? I don't know. And it wasn't intended for anybody to ever see, except for the NIDS boys, right?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying anything is fact. I don't have any inside information, but we keep looking at it from one way, which I love, which is the document is real. The Thomas Wilson Eric Davis meeting took place on Greer Avenue behind EG&G in a car driven by an Air Force chauffeur.
Yeah. I mean,
and holy crap.
Do you think it could be? Do you think it could be where, some of it's legit and others was put in there to make it look like it's been fabricated?
You know what? The only people that know and there's 3. It's Eric Davis, it's Thomas Wilson, and it's the driver. Right? Yeah. 3. Yeah. That's it. Hal Puthoff doesn't know it as a fact. He doesn't. He wasn't there. Kit Green doesn't know. Robert Bigelow doesn't know. Nobody, Stephen Greer, nobody, Okie Shannon, right? Oak Shannon. Nobody knows Will Miller. Nobody knows. They weren't there, right? So what are we left with? Well, we can say that the document is real. It's the content that is in debate. The document is real. Now, and there's one other important part here that, again, it just gets lost in the shuffle. This isn't an official document. It's notes. It's notes. Mm-hmm. It's not an official document. It's not a leaked government document stamped top secret with a file number on it that you can get from the Freedom of Information Act. That's not what this is. This is typed up by Eric Davis. It's his notes. That's all it is. There's nothing official about it. There is nothing that would a document forensic specialist can look at this and go, yeah, it's authentic because no. It's just notes, right? That's all it is. Yeah. It's just notes. So I think we're, we've got the 2 extremes. We've got, Richard's statements, the most important document leak of the century. Okay. And it could very well be that. All the way to the other side, it's 100% bogus, fictitious BS, right? Right. So, I don't think that it's somewhere in the middle. It's partial truths. No, I think it's one way or the other. You've got the 2 extremes. I don't know what the right answer is. I really don't. I don't. I have
one more question for you, and it's kind of off subject of this. Did you read the Lavenda and DeLong novels?
Did I read the what? The Lavenda and DeLong what?
And novels that they put out, the TTSA novels.
Yeah, I've got one of Lavenda's here. I have the other ones that DeLong co-wrote with what's his name, Secret Machines.
Yeah. It's fake. There's two books in it. They're like fictitious novels,
right?
Or along that road, and it's basically the entire thing is around the TR3B project. And I'm very interested to know if that was one of the reasons why the split happened between Mel and Elizondo, and who's the other one left? Was it Davis that left as well too?
I don't think Davis was part of TTSA.
Oh no, you're right. It was Puthoff. I'm sorry.
Puthoff. You had Steve Justice, Chris Mellon, and Lavenda, I think, is still there. And Lou Elizondo. But as far as I know, Lavenda's still part of TTSA. I haven't heard that he has left. But
they're great novels. They're great reads. They're really interesting. They're page turners, and it's completely on the other side of what Elizondo is saying as far as we don't have that type of technology. So I'm very curious to know if that was one of the main reasons why they had split.
Yeah. I don't know.
If you ever get a chance to answer.
Yeah, I will. That's a great question. I don't think it's Lou's nature to go scandalous. Yeah, I left because of the content of Secret Machines, or that was part of it. I just don't. I don't think he really cares. Even if it was a reason, he wouldn't say it, and I just don't see him being affected that way. He just signed a new book. He just signed a book deal with HarperCollins, and
any date on that?
I don't. But I'll find out. All
right, Jimmy, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking my call, and keep it up, man. You're doing yeoman's work, man.
Yeah, thank you so much, PJ. Be safe out there. Now go have a cheesesteak. All right? I'll talk to you, man. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. We won. Pasadena International Film Festival. Best documentary. Congratulations to J3 Films. I'll be right back.
Hi everybody, this is Rob Halford, the Metal Guard on jimmychurchradio.com.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station. Salt Lake City, Utah. Van Buren, Arkansas.
Why is it we're not very good with our health regimen until it's too late? We don't put oil in the car until the engine blows up. When the body's out of balance, your health is not so good. Give your body some love. Log on to getthet.com. That's getthet.com. Try our Life Change Tea, which cleanses you from harmful intruders. A clean colon is one of the ways to bring the body in balance. We also carry organic supplements to help you get where you need to go. So do your body a favor. Log on to getthet.com. That's getthet.com. You can even visit our sales page to save some dough. Does anybody call money dough anymore? Anyway, if you're looking for short, helpful health tips, go to YouTube and punch in Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. So, log on to getthet.com, shop, get balanced, then learn some cool tips at Health Matters Now. You'll be glad you did. That's getthet.com.
Your contact for current news and trending topics. KGRAradio.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from Rivermoon. Just click on the Rivermoon Coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B Blend.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact. KGRAradio.com.
When you're in the house longer periods of time, you can see them flying or running across the floor. Ooh, yuck. They're unhealthy, gross, and disgusting. Bugs. I loathe bugs. We keep a clean home, but occasionally bugs show up. Well, I found something that is tougher than bugs. Orange Guard. On contact, it kills hidden bugs, including ants, roaches, and fleas. Plus, Orange Guard is a residual repellent. All of the ingredients of Orange Guard are on the FDA generally recognized as safe list. Orange Guard may be used around food, humans, and pets. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Orange Guard, available at orangeguard.com, Whole Foods, and Ace Hardware.
Gold loves chaos, uncertainty, and disarray. History shows us what gold does when people aren't sure about the government, the stock market, their jobs, or their retirement savings. Our national debt is skyrocketing. Gold and other precious metals are a defense measure against inflation and a stock market that might take years to recover. So what can you do right now to protect yourself? Call United Gold Group. We offer gold and other precious metals delivered securely within 72 hours. Are you worried about the stock market? We can also help you set up a real gold or silver IRA or a 401k. Safe and secure. United Gold Group makes gold ownership affordable. Call now and get up to $2,500 in free gold or silver with a qualified IRA. Call 800-753-8534. That's 800-753-8534 or visit unitedgoldgroup.com.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why fade to black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Open lines tonight, 747-228-2051. And I was just trying to search online, to see if the winners have been announced yet, and they haven't. So anyway, I know you guys are going to keep looking and post it, but wow, that's so cool! Congratulations to everybody over at J3 Films with an L. It is something to be proud of, and there were a lot of films there, and a lot of great films, and this means a lot. That's really cool. That's a lot of work and dedication that went into this. So congratulations again, Extraordinary: The Revelations won Best Documentary at the 2021 Pasadena International Film Festival. Incredible. I was just happy about the nomination. I was like, wow. Wow. John Sumple. I can't say enough. Okay. All right. With that, I was looking at the post here of this Gabbro, and I get it. Third Stone says it's speckled with black, and indigo Gabbro has a purple blue to it with a black that makes it look different from other Gabbro. God, it's such a gorgeous stone. And then let's see who posted this. This came in from Triscale. Hey Jimmy, if you want to pick out your favorite, and I'll send it to you. You got to go with the one on the left. The one on the left. Those are gorgeous. You know what? That's a coin toss. That's a coin toss. But that guy on the left, whose are these? Is this out of your personal collection there, Triscale? That's pretty cool. I've never seen a Gabbro skull. Maybe I haven't. I just I just didn't take note. All right, let's go back to the phones. I'm in a great mood tonight. As soon as I'm done here tonight, immediately I will be on the road. I'm heading down to Los Angeles International Airport to the Hilton Hotel for the Conscious Life Expo, the September edition. Of course, the big show is in February, but doing 3 days Conscious Life Expo this weekend in person, and also doing London at the same time this weekend. So it's 2 Conscious Life Expos going on in 2 countries, 2 cities, all weekend long. And I'm going to roll out of here. One of the things that I was able to do with the Hilton, and this kind of freaked me out, they sent me a digital room key. It's already on my phone. So I can literally just go straight. I have no idea how it works. When does a room key ever work anyway, right? But there you go. You got to love technology. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Yeah, hopefully it's me. It's Roger.
Hey, Roger. How are you, man?
Talk to you. Was it good? Yeah, good show last night. Just wanted to mention you're absolutely wrong about Majestic. There is a Majestic.
And how do you know? How do you know?
There was. It's been through the document. Yeah, when you dive into the Majestic program, you got to remember it's not U.S. classification. This is like NATO or United Nations. And there's also a cosmic classification as well. That also falls on line of the other 2. There's also a civilian classification, which at times can supersede all other classifications.
But how do you know this as fact?
Been there.
You've been to Magic?
I can't say. Other than that, it's real. Now, they were shut down. It's called a different classification. If you want to see something really interesting, go to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Wright-Patterson in Dayton, Ohio.
Yep.
Okay, go there.
Yep.
Take a week off, go hang out there, and just drive around town and see what you see.
I have.
Drive around.
But
have you? Do you notice anything?
Yeah. Well, what would I notice, Roger?
Well, Alien Reverse Engineering Lab is one of the company names that was out there.
Well, I know the Foreign Technologies Division is there.
Yeah, there's a Foreign Technologies Division there. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of other stuff. You got to dig.
Okay.
You got to dig. It's all out. It's all out in the open.
Well,
it's not something, it's you'd think it'd be really, really totally hidden. No, it's stuff that's right plain in front of your eyes. And if somebody tells it to you, you're like, no, that's not true. That can't be. Mm-hmm. No, it's true.
Mm-hmm. Well, but
so it's.
But what I'm asking you is, and Roger,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in no way talking down to you or anything like that.
No, that's all right.
What I am just stating or asking is, okay,
Mm-hmm.
Majestic in a cosmic classification. What do you have? What is the proof of this?
You're not going to get it. Period.
So we're
going to be out there in the limbo land. And what you're doing right now is perfect. It's you're throwing the discount. The information which can't be true.
Well, yeah. Sure, I get that.
You understand?
This is what I fully understand. I want to know. Nobody wants to know more than me. Not even you, Roger. Right? I mean, I want to know.
This is the thing. You're not gonna know. They will not, unless you have information that they want from you. Then you'll know, and you'll be shut up about it.
So then we're kind of stuck. Then.
Absolutely. You're in a stuck. I mean, you can go out there and dig. You're going to find 50-50. One of them's going to say, "Oh yeah, cosmic does exist." The other one say, "No, it absolutely does not." Okay, you're going to be stuck. They're not going to tell you that. Period.
It's a tough situation.
It's an oxymoron. The more you ask, it's like you're hitting a brick wall. And the only thing I could say is you guys go 50-50 on it. Maybe it is true, maybe it's not.
Yeah. When you have whether it is an undercover investigation, by the FBI, or you have a project by the CIA that's going on in Africa, whatever it is, whatever agency, whatever it is, and they have something going on, the last thing you are going to have in the name of that classification is something that is tied to the classification. It's not going to be,
and also another.
It's not going to be cosmic. It's not going to be little green men. Yeah. It's going to be called silverware or bowling ball.
Maybe. Yeah. What you got to remember is that this is before they went to that random stuff. They went to the random generation of letters and terminology back about 20 years ago. Before that, it was kind of a little bit more open. So back then, I could see it. And the other thing is that the government uses typewriters all the time on the super classified stuff. All the time.
Today.
They never use a computer. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they have got one, there's one guy that works somewhere high up in the Pentagon. Guy can't write worth a damn. He sucks. You read something and you're like, yeah, right. This is the whole reason why he does that is that if it does ever get out, you're going to throw it out. Is being bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's the game.
Yeah, sure it is.
And I'm telling you, they never use a typewriter. The stuff that I've been involved in, there is no record of any of it. None. Zero.
There you go.
No photos, no nothing. And big stuff. So, but that's just the way they operate.
Roger, this is a great phone call, man. I appreciate it.
I just wanted to point out the facts. Just remember, cosmic doesn't exist.
I'll talk to you. Have a great weekend.
Have a good one.
You too, Roger.
Right, have a good one.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, bye.
That's a great phone call right there. That's a great phone call. I can't relay this enough. That with my background, when I look at things constantly, it doesn't matter what it is. If I see a sign, if I see a book cover, magazine, CD, website, whatever, I look at it and And I go, oh, okay. I'm looking at the typefaces. I'm looking at the kerning. I'm looking at the line spacing. I look at all of that and check it out. And there are little things that stand out with really good typesetting. And then somebody that doesn't know anything about typesetting and how this is done. And I could be a billboard, whatever. I look at it, there's content there. It's saying something. I'll get to that next. But whenever I see anything, I'm looking at them. Oh, okay. That's Helvetica. Oh, no, that's actually Helios. That's not Helvetica. Oh, that's Bookman condensed. Bold, whatever, oh, that's Impact. I like the way that they used that there. That's really cool. And so when I look at documents, and it doesn't matter what it is or what the claim is or anything, I'm immediately looking at it from a different mindset, different, and it's just the way that I am. So with all of these documents, all of them, I seriously know what I'm looking at. I don't even need to know the content or what it's trying to say, what the message is. Does it say UFO? I'm not even going there yet. I'm looking at everything else. Everything else. And that's it. So there you go. Okay. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Carrie from Palm Springs. Congratulations.
Can you
I had to call in and wish you congratulations.
Now, and thank you for that, Carrie. Thank you. Now, you've seen the film, right?
Yes, and oh my gosh, I'm so grateful. It is fantastic.
It really is.
Riveting.
Yes.
It really is. It's thought-provoking. It covers many genres of our subject. It's great for people that don't know much about the subject, but I have to say, your narration was super spot on. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, thank you for that. My narration, look.
I'm so proud of you. So proud.
I had great direction. John Sumple, the director, absolutely guided me, gave me great direction, told me exactly what he wanted. And I'm just the guy, speaking the words, but you can't do anything like that without great direction, and that's really the truth. I appreciate what you're saying. I do. I appreciate it, and I don't mean to cut you off, but it's all on John Sumple's shoulders when it came to that. We put a lot of effort and work into it. That recording session was. It was fun, but it was not pleasant. Right? It's hard, man. It's hard work. And and my whole fear was, and I hope everybody understands, I didn't want to ruin the film, and I'm just telling you, that's what was on my mind. It was a great film except for the narration. When you go back, Jeremy Corbell's film with Bob Lazar, right? Mickey Rourke, that was bad. And the comments from everybody there that during the film, man, I don't understand what he's saying. What's he say? Taking away from the film itself. I didn't want to be that guy, right? I was a fear of mine, a big fear. But anyway, all of that aside, the film was not about me. I'm just the guy narrating. The content and the way that John and Jack and Lori and how they put this together, who was in this film, the flow of it, the flow of thought, and how it all just came together. That's what's extraordinary about this film. And I remember you and I sat next to each other and yes. We got to the end. I was like, man, you know what? That's a friggin' great film. I've seen every
great film.
Yeah.
It was a great film.
Yeah.
And John and Jack and Lori, who I was so grateful to be able to meet, are the nicest people. They put their heart and soul, and as you did, it's a lot of work to bring any film to production and, completion. So congratulations to the entire team. And it was just a fantastic film. But really, Jimmy, your narration was spectacular. I know you were challenged because you had to kind of learn a new skill. You have this amazing voice and this amazing skill already, but you were challenged to channel your talent in a new genre you've not done before, perhaps. And, the challenges are healthy, but you met the challenge. And congratulations to you and the whole team.
Thank you so much, Carrie. And I'll see you Saturday night. Looking forward to it. And we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. So I can't wait to see you. Just have a safe ride out, and I'll be checking in with you sometime Saturday.
All right, sounds good. Congratulations again.
Margaritas are on me.
All right.
I'll see you Saturday, Carrie. Yeah.
Fade to black.
Fade to black. Thank you so much, Carrie. See, she just, she thought I was hanging up. Olivia just checked out. Olivia was there. I'm just looking at this on Twitter. She's got to work. But she said, congratulations. And thank you. She was there. And that's the other, this is I gotta be straight up, man. The Fadernauts are honest, and they're not going to say it was great if it wasn't. I just know that. And Olivia or anybody else that was there, right? They're going to come up and tell me the truth. And I was just so relieved to see everybody's faces, and that's the other part. But to get the recognition from the Pasadena International Film Festival, that's the other thing. You can feel good about it. You can be happy about it. It's a lot of work, and everybody put the effort in. There's that part. But then to get it recognized like that, nomination is fine with me, right? But, oh, man. Phew. All right, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Oh, turn me down in the background. You got to turn me down. Okay, you're live. Who's calling? You're live. 3, 2, 1. Are you there? I guess not. Should we just listen to see what they're doing in the background? Should we just do that? Oh, man, what a great night. 747-228-2051. I am your host, Jimmy Church, and it is Fader night. It's open lines. I totally got derailed tonight. I got derailed like 3 times now. 4. We had the coffee spill, which I'm still, by the way, during the break, I flip over my keyboard and tap it like this and wipe up the drops of coffee that are coming out of this thing. Anyway, there was that. And then Windows Defender decides to turn itself on the main video streaming computer. And that happened because of an update. So I had to get that fixed at the beginning of the show. 45 minutes into the show. No, hold on. I'll tell you exactly when it happened. At 45 minutes into the show, 7:46, I get the notice that we are nominated. I keep saying we. It's J3 Films film. I keep saying we. But anyway, that the film was nominated. Got derailed on that. Now I can't concentrate. And then, boom, 45 minutes later, J3 Films won. I almost said we again. And I can't even think. And I know what I have to do in 30 minutes is I've got to hit the road and get out of here. And, wow, what a night. What a night on the show. Cass just said, I knew you would win. No, I did not even. No. Nomination, that was a complete surprise. The win, that's just off the charts. No. But thank you for that. Oh, man. What a night. I'm going to take a break and come back to more of your phone call. I don't want to take a phone call now because nobody can. It's just not right. They can only speak for 30 seconds. Dennis says, Jimmy's being modest. Producers and directors, where did that go? Producer and directors choose their narrator. Corbell and Rourke were producers and cast themselves. Ouch. Yeah, you're actually right there, though. There you go. Okay. All right. I'm going to take a quick break. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. It's Thursday night. It is Fader night with open lines all night long. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this short break.
Listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I take Life Change Tea supplements every single day. It's what I do. Click on their banner at jimmychurchradio.com. This is Jimmy Church, and I invite you to attend the 20th Annual Los Angeles Conscious Life Expo live and in person this September 17th, 18th, and 19th at the LAX Airport Hilton. Connect with exhibitors, community, thought leaders, and friends as we begin to recreate the world. You can also watch the expo from the comfort of your own home. Live stream from the main stage in Los Angeles and from the main stage in London. Truly a global simulcast event broadcast around the world. Live stream and in-person expo tickets are available now. I'll be your host all weekend long from Los Angeles. And on Friday, it's my Ancient Secrets and Earth Mysteries themed segment with James Keenan, Caroline Corey, and William Henry. And on Saturday, Daniel Sheen and I sit down for a one-on-one interview live. We have an amazing lineup of 25 speakers, including Bashar, Gail Thackeray, Kimberly Meredith, Whitley Strieber, Stephen Bassett, Daniel Brinkley, and Lisa Garr. Please visit ConsciousLifeExpo.com for tickets and info. That's ConsciousLifeExpo.com and use that promo code Jimmy for a special discount. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2B Blend for 15% off of your order today.
This is Billy Carson with ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Forbidden Knowledge TV has just reached its 1-year anniversary. That's right, 1 year. And as a show of appreciation, we are giving all new subscribers a free 30-day trial of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's 30 days to binge watch thousands of movies, documentaries, conferences, workshops, lectures, yoga classes, meditation courses, and so much more. So log on to forbiddenknowledge.tv from your computer or mobile device, or get the Forbidden Knowledge TV app on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play today, and use coupon code 30daysfree. That's coupon code 30daysfree on forbiddenknowledge.tv today.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JamieChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way. KGRARadio.com.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. What a great Fader night tonight. Man, it was a rocky start. That was a rocky start. I'm serious. When I spilled that coffee, I thought there was no show. That went all over the console, into the faders, all over my keyboard, which my shift key, right? It's you see me post and stuff where it's going all caps, but anyway, so started off with that in the first 10 minutes of the show. I couldn't believe it, and I caught it tonight before everybody else did. I just happened to have the screen up. What's going on over here? That's pure, right? It's going out straight. There's no skipping there, but that's what's going out. After that is where, right, the firewall is, Windows Defender. So I'm watching it freeze up. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So I turned off Windows Defender, but it was still doing it. So I had to restart the program. And that, obviously you can see that fixed it. But anyway, so it started off with that. And then totally got derailed with John Sumple and J3 Films and what happened there. Wow, what a show tonight. There you go. Okay. All right, do we have a release date and where it will be distributed? JT, listen to me, brother. I have stated this over and over again. I've said it on the air a million times. It's posted. It is November 30th for worldwide release on Amazon and other streaming services. Okay, so that is November 30th. You'll be able to see the film. Okay, so that's November 30th. I've got another film that's coming out a couple of weeks before that on 11/11, and the announcements for that film is finished, by the way. It's been delivered. But what is behind that and everything else in the marketing, that's going to come out in the next couple of weeks. That has nothing to do with me, so I can't really say anything until they announce everything. Okay, so that's coming out. And then we have this TV series, and I think we'll be able to announce that by the end of next week. And all terms have been met. So we're just waiting to exchange some paper on that, and then we'll make those announcements. So yeah, lots of big stuff, which goes back to some of the things that I was talking about last night with Richard Dolan, which is when you have this deliberate stoppage of the UFO, UAP, whatever conversation in the media, and it's it's right there in front of everybody. We all know it stopped. So who flipped that switch and why? Well, you know what? We can't care about that. It's fun when that happens, and it certainly has been going on for the last 3 years. Okay, great. But we can't depend on that. We can't. It's up to us to do what we've always done, which is keep this thing moving forward. Keep asking questions, keep presenting our own evidence, keep doing our own thing, which includes making films, doing TV, doing this show, writing books, conferences. We can't stop. There's no reason to rest. They're not going to do it for us. No. And if you're out there and you're part of that camp, oh man, this is great, man. Tucker Carlson, man, he's going to do this for us. Go and wait, because you can obviously see how far is, and I don't know what's on the network's minds, and I know it's easy to just go, well, the networks, they were never behind this to begin with. Well, what made the networks get behind it? Something's there. Something's there. You don't even think that is not the case. It is certainly the case. All right? Now, somebody decided to go and flip that switch, man, from up to down. I don't know why. I don't know even, I don't know who's doing it. I don't. This community has always dealt with that. Fighting for recognition, fighting for this, fighting for the media coverage, pushing it. We're going to continue. That's it. We're going to continue doing our thing. So the coffee spill made you type all caps like an angry person screaming on social media. Yes, that's exact. I couldn't turn it off. And then when I turned it off, then I couldn't capitalize what I needed to capitalize. I was like, what? I thought it was the caps lock button, but that seems to be working just fine. It's the shift button. The shift. Both of them. Yeah. I'm going to have to. See, now it's telling me sticky keys. No. See? Yeah, it's going on. All right. I've got enough time for a few more phone calls. 747-228-2051. Let's see who's up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. It's Deb from Sacramento/Modesto.
Hi, Deb. How are you tonight?
Well, I'm very excited for you. Congratulations. That's fantastic. And I could have answered JT's question November 30th, but he doesn't have the advantage of being online as much as we do. So fabulous. Can't wait to see that film. And yeah, congratulations. Very exciting.
Yeah. It's cool. I mean, I'm speechless. I never won anything, and I didn't even win like I did.
Well, whenever you're part of that group, and you did win it. It's a group collective. You all participated. You all made it what it is, and so you're all winners, and that's fantastic.
Well, the bottom line is, and I've never really looked at things in these terms. I've never had a reason to think about things in these terms. But in reality, it's an absolute collective effort from everybody. The researchers and people that appear in the film and say what they say, of course. The editing, that is paramount. You have the direction, you have the concept, you have the music, you have the animation and all of those elements that are put in there. You have the typefaces, you have the credits, how those are, all the titling. There, it is a team effort from so many, and everything has got to click. Right? It's right. You can, and in this
Absolutely.
case, this case, I could tell. Just saying, I watch these things all the time, and I saw it. I felt it. I was like, man, this is good. This is good stuff. Everything is just right. And there was little things though, Deb, little things that I noticed that really,
like what?
The way that the music is mixed in the background, and these little, so you have somebody making, a statement, whatever that thought is that they're getting out, but it's where he's, softly in the background, it's not loud. It's just the way that it's there, a little pad in the back. It's those little things at the right moment of a sentence and a word, and then something. It's those little things, and I'm thinking to myself, John did this right, and I felt it. I really did. The edits were spot on, and it's it just all came together.
Well, music in a film is so important. What a lot of people tend to focus on is, what are the main themes in the movie, what's the big song that came out of the movie, but they seldom, what you just addressed, they seldom focus on those little background music things that are going on during a dialogue or a scene, because that helps create a specific music, helps create those moods for those moments. And even if people aren't aware that they're really listening to it, or it doesn't resonate at that moment, if you go back and watch, it's like, that little bit really does help create each scene and each mood. And that's part of the whole package. Music is really, really pivotal.
It is.
I mean, you know that.
It
You're
is.
a musician.
It is.
Mhm.
Wes Anderson, he said one thing that really blew my mind. And there are a few directors that have admitted this, but in the past. But Wes Anderson came straight out. He said, like specifically about the movie Rushmore, he had the music first. He had the music first.
Okay.
He knew what he was going to do, which was the British invasion, the early Who, the early Kinks, and, those rarely heard tracks off of those early albums. And he had the soundtrack in his mind. And then he wrote Rushmore. Then he casted the film and everything. But the music was first. He knew what he was going to do with the music. And base the film around that. And when you stop and you think about that, that's a pretty bold statement. Then you go back knowing this, because I loved Rushmore the first time that I saw it. And I was going to say something else about it. But I love the film. But once I heard, and the soundtrack and the way these emotional moments in the film, and he does a lot of things with slow motion with the music, and it just, he does it really well. Anyway, so I heard that. Then you go back and watch the film, understanding how important the music was and these scenes and why this music was placed there and the idea behind it. The movie takes on a whole nother meaning, and how special this music was and what a great artist Wes Anderson is to approach it that way and admit it. It's too easy to say, I wrote the film, and then, I wrote this great script, and I cast it in the film, and then, and then we added the music later. Too easy to say, right? The artist.
Right, because it makes it feel like the music is really just an afterthought, where in his case, the music was pivotal to the story.
If you go and you watch Dazed and Confused, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Such an extraordinary film. That film is crap without that soundtrack.
Yep.
It's not the same film. It's not the same film. The Stoned Age. That film is crap without that music. Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Or Jaws.
Or Jaws. Anything with John Williams.
Please.
Yeah, anything with John Williams in it. But that and if you think about it, you go and what was Nightmare Before Christmas, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a musical, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but anyway. So what's on your mind?
Especially, yeah. Well, okay. So aside from the congratulations, I can relate to the adrenaline rush that you probably got tonight, not only with the nomination, but hearing that it won, because when I hit a big jackpot, man, I can't focus for like 2 hours after that. I am so hyped. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. I'm shaking, and you have to be a cool customer, be on the air, try to focus, move forward, and you're hiding it pretty well, but you've got to be really excited. And the great part about that is you've got a lot to do. And I'm thinking, now what's he got to do? Well, you've got to get in your Jeep, drive, over an hour to get to LAX. You've probably got to unload the Jeep, set up the booth. You've got to start tomorrow morning. But now you've got a nice second win and adrenaline rush, I'm thinking, to help get you through all of that. So that's a perk.
I can't argue with any of that. Can't argue. Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit surreal.
I'm sure.
Look, we all see, award shows and ceremonies and things, and the acceptance speech, and I didn't write this down, I didn't expect it, and so, in my own little way. It's the Pasadena International Film Festival. So cool. The premiere going down there. That was enough for me. But, this to me feels like it might as well be the Oscars. It's a really trippy feeling.
Well, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yeah. It's a pretty trippy vibe.
To hear you talk about it, too, what really surprised me is when you said that you actually got nervous when you were watching the film, because you're always saying, you're always ready to go and on stage and, ready to go do your thing. But your involvement in this, when you were actually watching the film, it made you nervous, and that surprised me. I understand why it made you nervous, but you basically don't get nervous about many things. So that surprised me, and I appreciated your honesty about, sharing that with us.
It was an interesting thing to go through. It was look, I've mixed enough albums and projects with bands and things, and you go and mix, and the band comes into the studio and you're playing them the mix, and you're anticipating, the face slap, you're anticipating getting fired, or whatever, and so. Somebody storming out of the room, or are they going to go, dude, this is great, this is perfect. So I've been through, but this is a different, you write something for class and for school, and you turn it in, and you've got to be prepared for the grade and the critique, coming back. So we all know what that feeling is like. This film is a bit different in that, it's my voice. It's out. It's in front. It's throughout the entire film. It's nothing that can be hidden. It's not buried in the mix. It's just right there, and it's a bizarre feeling. Yeah.
Well, you feel very exposed.
Very exposed.
Very exposed.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe, but I don't know if I'd go through it again. It's too much. It's too nerve-wracking. Let the film premiere. Let everybody go and see it. I'll read about it. I'll read about it tomorrow on social media. It was like that. It was too much.
What do you mean, go through it again, as in the whole premiere red carpet thing, or participate in the narration part?
No. Well, that too. No, I'm talking about sitting in the audience while that thing is on the screen.
Yeah.
Man.
I totally understand. And, but the thing is, when you say you won't go through it again, I know you will. Because you've got background in, I've seen some of, UFO hunters, or all these different, things that I've seen you in over the years, that you've had a part in, on, what was it, History or Discovery, these other little shows you've done. So you've been in front of the camera, you've done some of these things, and you have experience in that, plus all the hosting and everything. So I don't know, I would think that it wouldn't have, the recording part for, your participation in the narration part, I would think that would be pretty basic for you, as far as just putting you in front of a microphone, you've got your deal, and you do all of your narrating. How did that work? I mean, did they run the film and then they cut you in, or were you in a room with other people and they were doing, like Dolan doing his bit, and then they cut over to you and you do the narration? Or how did that process work? Can you share that with us?
Yeah, well, the way that we did it is I had the film, and I watched it many times, and I had the script for the narration. The narration's got to fit very specific, and it's got to tie in all of these different scenes in the film, right? It's got to, that's the flow.
Right.
So I had all of that, and I had the script. But John, no matter what I think is going on, John, the director, and Jack Roth, the producer who put this script together, they have their own vision of how this needs to be spoken so it fits and flows. No matter what I say, no matter how it gets recorded, I'm not inside of their heads. So the only way that goes down, and there's many documentaries out there where you see this process go down. You have direction, and my direction is coming from the director, John Sumple, and we did the session together, and I'll do a line, and he'll tell me, I want it done this way. Let's emphasize this word. Let's back down at the end, whatever it may be, right? And I'll do the line. Mm-hmm. And then he'll say, okay, that was close. Do it again. Same thing, but emphasis here. And so that line stays, but then we go and we'll cut it again. And then he'll go, or maybe I'll say, you know what, let me cut one on my own. Okay, boom. And then I do my version of it. And then we do that over and over and over again. There are some sections in this film where I had a big chunk of dialogue. It's like a paragraph. It's 10 sentences. It's a paragraph. And that can't be broken up. You have to read the whole thing together so it flows. You can't do something like that, a big chunk of narration of speech, and break that up syllable by syllable. You can't do that. So that's difficult to do, where you've got to start from the word the and end on the word extraterrestrials, right? At the end of that.
Yes,
and
take a deep breath.
Everything in the middle, everything's got to be perfect. Every word, everything, you can't make any mistakes. And it's a lot of work. It's concentration like you've never done. I mean, it's like for real. You can read a book, read it to yourself, and not say it out loud, and you don't have to say the words correctly, right? You don't have to read them correctly. But when you're speaking it, yes. And so that was challenging to be able to get it all in and out and correct. It's a lot of fun, but it's hard. It's hard. At the end of that at the end of the session, I'm looking at John. I'm like, he's just as tired as I am. And I remember I did say to him, it's a little personal, but I hope he's not listening right now. But we get to the end and we're feeling pretty good, right? We're done. And I said, John, is there anything you want to go back and redo? I'm cool with it if you want to. He goes, no. We're done, man. We're done. We're going to make this work.
That's the perfectionist in you coming out. You're a perfectionist, so it's great. And I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's just so much work that once you get to the end of it, you have to give yourself the credit of knowing that you moved on earlier, right? And it was good enough. Mm-hmm. So you have to go with that, right? You can't second guess yourself. You know what I mean? If we got to the end and we were happy all the way through and we're at the end, you know what? At some point, you have to stop, right? You have to stop. You have to go, okay, that's it.
Or it's never a wrap.
Yeah, or it's never a wrap.
Never going to be a wrap.
And that's
Absolutely.
it was just so funny when he said, no, man.
Yeah, no, man, we're good. No, bitch, it's good. We can move on now. I mean, especially for someone like you who, does a show every night. People would think, oh, it's a natural for Jimmy, but not necessarily, because you don't need notes. You don't read off scripts. It's all, what you call improv. Well, it's not improv, but it's all of your knowledge coming out, plus whatever the stories and whatever are for the day, the news. And so you have a natural flow, but it's totally a different world when a script like that is put in front of you. So I totally get that. I totally get it. But again, congratulations. It's fantastic. I did want to pivot real quick, if we have a minute, to your conversation with Richard last night. I know that you and Richard have clearly, opposing views on different things, but the one thing you've taught me especially over last year, I have to say, is what you spoke about tonight, really, really listening. And part of what I've learned about really, really listening is not to be reactive when you hear something that either you don't agree with, or it challenges you, or that you totally resonate with. It's like, don't lock into anything. Leave your mind open. Take it all in. Weigh both sides of it, and don't make a solid opinion. Just leave yourself open and move forward and gather more information, because until you're in charge of all the facts, which none of us are, because we don't know what we don't know, you can't really, put a solid opinion down on anything. And when you do, then you stop learning, basically. And that's what I've learned.
Yeah, yep. Words of wisdom, Deb. Well, listen, enjoy your night, enjoy your weekend. I'm sure that you're going to go and check out the Conscious Life Expo this weekend, so we'll see you over there, and then we'll roll back on Monday. And like I said, I've got 3 of the coolest cast members of the film on next week, and that's Vivian Chauvet and Krista Raisa. That's Monday. Krista's on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Timothy Alberino. It's going to be an extraordinary week next week. So there you go. I'll see everybody on Monday.
Well,
and
I did want to say real quick, I can't be there in person. I wish I could be. I probably will check out some of it with streaming, but I will see you in Laughlin in November. I'm really looking forward to meeting you in person finally after all these years. And I'm looking forward to the Aquarius. She said it's a great hotel. So
it's cool. It's cool. You'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it.
All right.
Have a great weekend, Deb.
Have a great time and drive safely.
Thank you so much, Deb. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Jimmy. You too. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
It's time to fade to black. Wow. What a night on the show. What a night on the show. Thank you for sharing this very cool evening with me, everybody out there. Just thank you. It's pretty cool. Strange feeling. And this is the other part. You guys got to watch it. That was bizarre. That was bizarre. Lots of emotions. All right. So with that, I'm going to get out of here, because in a few minutes I'll be firing up the Jeep and heading down to LAX. What a great night on the show. Again, congratulations to J3 Films. J3 with an L. J3 with an L. Congratulations on the big win. Best documentary for Extraordinary, the Revelations at the Pasadena International Film Festival. Absolutely incredible. Fade to Black is produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee, Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vitola, Mark D. Kovar. Webmasters, Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy, spaceboymusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network. This broadcast is owned and copyrighted 2021 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black or the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'll see everybody at the Conscious Life Expo this weekend, and then it's right back here on Monday. But until then, be safe. It's time to fade to black.